Hi Taurus, this is your Lunar Phases Creation Guidance Tarot reading for February 15th to March 16th. I used the new Palladini Tarot by David Palladini for this reading because it has, I think, 31 moons in the cards, which is why I choose it. So I'm going to lay down 8 cards, each for one of the phases of the moon. The new moon, the crescent moon, the first quarter moon, the gibbous moon, the full moon, the disseminating moon, the third quarter moon, and the balsamic moon. Now the reason this is called a do-be-do is because when we manifest using the phases of the moon, the phases alternate between doing and being. So the new moon, the first quarter moon, the full moon, and the third quarter moon are all phases in which we take action. And then the crescent moon, the gibbous moon, the disseminating moon, and the balsamic moon are all phases in which we're more receptive. But I'll explain it as I go along. So we start up here with the new moon, which is on February 15th, but for about 5-6 days, you can take the action of the new moon. And the action of the new moon is to set intentions. Write them down, visualize them, speak them out loud, feel them in your body. That's the action of the new moon. Set intentions about what it is you want to create in your life. And the supporting energy for this phase, Taurus, is the 9 of Rods. So in each case, the card will serve as a sort of advice card. The 9 of Wands, or the 9 of Rods, the advice is to put up shields. Now, you see there's a little moon here. It's a tiny moon. Can you see that? What I'm feeling regarding this, Taurus, is that if you have intentions upon creating something, maybe you want to be careful who you tell. Not everybody is always supportive of our projects in the very beginning, and sometimes it can take the wind out of our sails. So while setting your intentions, just make sure you're shielding out any naysayers that could sort of, throw you off track or interfere with your enthusiasm or anything like that. Okay, Taurus, the energy of the crescent moon is a bee energy, and in this energy you want to relax into the intentions you've set. Just breathe, absorb the energy of the intentions and just relax. And what we have there is you, Taurus, the Hierophant. The message of the card would be to follow the rules. But I think it's also significant that this is your reading and this is your card. It might be a particularly important phase for you in this lunar creation cycle. Crescent moon, on around the 19th or 20th of February. The first quarter moon is an action phase or a do phase. Here you want to take carefully planned action that you've discerned very carefully, while in this relaxation mode. It should probably have come to you. It kind of happens during relaxation, when we've concentrated really hard and set the intentions and then we relax a little bit. How exactly to execute them will usually come to us. So now you want to take that action in the first quarter moon. And the card that supports that for you, Taurus, is the 10 of Pentacles. And the message of the 10 of Pentacles is typically, sort of like put your family first, so those who are nearest and dearest to you, that which is most important to you with regard to people, should be most considered in the action that you're going to take. So, for example, I would say this just as an example, like, stay away from action that's going to interfere with the smooth running of family life. You know, that's just an example. Okay, Taurus, the gibbous moon is a bee moon. And the word to remember for the gibbous moon, which is around the 27th and 28th of February, right around the end of the month, as we approach the end of the month, is trust. So here you've made your intentions, you've relaxed into them, you've taken action, and now you want to be in a state of trusting. Trust the universe, trust in divine timing, trust in yourself, trust that your action has been perfect, especially, in any event it's been perfect, even if something has made you accomplish less than you'd hoped, it's still perfect. But, trust that you've done your best, I guess. And so the energy supporting that is the Three of Cups. So the advice of the Three of Cups is to celebrate. It might be a time to celebrate with a close group of friends. Maybe the people whose interests you protected in the first quarter moon action phase. The people who are most meaningful to you. To sort of celebrate that you've maybe hit a milestone, you've accomplished something, that you've put something in motion. That might be like a sort of, kind of evidence of trust, in a way, if that makes sense. All right, the full moon, Taurus, on March 2nd, is also an action card. And the primary action that we take here is to assess. At this point, we assess, whether or not it seems that things are moving forward fairly fluidly. There may be obstacles, but you worked through them. You have a sense of forward motion. Even if it's slow, it still feels very forward. And if that's the case, then you want to move forward. But if you determine that there's some big wall up, or if it's really obvious that this timing is not divine, then you want to release it. So that's the action of the full moon. And the card to support that for you is the Seven of Rods. And as an advice card, the Seven of Rods is to stand your ground, to hold your ground. So I don't know, with the Nine of Rods coming in, when you set your intentions in the new moon, saying, put up your shields, I don't know if there are some people who sort of like are jealous or, don't necessarily approve or whatever, who are starting to get wind of what you're trying to do or something like that. But in any event, hold your ground, be true to yourself. Just, it's your sandbox, you know what I mean? So it's right to defend it. The disseminating moon on March 5th, around March 5th, is another being card. And in this card, we want to receive with gratitude. So we want to receive whatever life is right now. Whatever life is, we want to receive. If what the action we've taken on our intention is fruitful, we want to receive those fruits with gratitude. In the event that it's been very clear that we need to release some or part of what we've been trying to do for the time being, we want to receive that with gratitude too, because ultimately divine timing is the best timing, right? And the card to support you and receive with gratitude is the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords as an advice card usually means to end something painful. Nope, there's a moon on this card too. So when you're in the disseminating moon phase, with regard to what it is you're trying to manifest, what you set your intentions on, if there's some part of it that's plaguing you or causing you anxiety or stress or anything like that, you just need to release it. Just let it go, let it get it out of the way so that that gratitude can be pure for you. All right, Taurus, the third quarter moon phase is also an action phase. And in this phase, we've started to fill up with gratitude because as we move through the rest of the moon cycle, from the full moon to the new moon, we're going to fill back up. And then we're going to be starting fresh again with new intentions or revised intentions, intentions that incorporate the portions of things that we've accomplished, that we've learned a lot, so maybe some new steps have revealed themselves. So all of that, we're going to be fresh for setting intentions on March 17th and the new moon. So the gratitude is filling you up, and now it's time to fill up even more by giving back. We give back from an abundant heart and an abundant mindset. And your card here is the Five of Swords. So I've actually had this card in the position in another reading, and it sort of does make sense. You want to be someone with whom someone could not have conflict. Be honest, have integrity. I know in the effort to give back, to make contributions, sometimes conflict can arise in those situations too, So you just want to be somebody with whom it's impossible to have conflict. Patient, It's not about avoiding conflict. It's about making conflict impossible from the start while giving back. I hope that makes sense, Taurus. And then the last card is the card for the balsamic moon. The balsamic moon is halfway between the third quarter moon and the new moon. It's going to be around the 13th or 14th of March. And in this moon, you want to reflect, You want to be thankful. You want to reflect on the past moon cycle, figure out what you've learned, and all of this information is useful for moving forward into setting intentions for the coming moon cycle. So your balsamic moon phase card is the Lovers. So you just want to be in a mindset of a choice to love while reflecting, a choice to feel loving toward the process, toward yourself, toward, where you're at the present time. Okay, Taurus. That is your lunar phases. Lunar phases. I don't know why I say faces. When I say faces by mistake, I look to see how many faces are in the cards. Actually, a lot of faces in these cards. Your lunar phases creation guidance tarot reading. Your doobie-doo for February 15th to March 16th. I really enjoyed reading for you, and I hope to see you again soon.